What's up guys, today I'm gonna show you how we can mix particle system and force fields. So select all the objects by clicking A, X and delete. Shift A on the mesh I'm gonna add plane, S and move the mouse to make it bigger. Now I'm gonna move this by G, X right here and GZ a little bit up, and I wanna rotate this a little bit. So click N, this side window just appear, and you wanna rotate this right here and the Y direction a little bit. On the minus 45 or something like this. So this is my emitter, and we're gonna play around on the force field. But first we must add our particle system. So select the plane, go right here on this icon and click this plus. Now I'm gonna on the lifetime change this to 250 and on the end frame 250 right here. And maybe I'm gonna add 10,000 particles, yes, just to show you. So if I'm gonna click spacebar, nothing's happen because we must change the velocity. So I'm gonna maybe increase the meter something like 10. Let me check it out how this is gonna look. Yeah, this looks kind of cool. So 10 meters per second just get emitted from this plane. Now we can play around on the force fields. So Shift A to access the force field, just select Shift A, of course, and you got right here. Got a bunch of options. We're gonna use maybe the force, and this is the force field right here, and you can move this by GX, of course, yes, GY in different direction, this force field, and GZ, yes. So select this sphere. I can maybe place this right here a little bit up, so GX, GZ right here, and we want to go right here on this icon, and we can apply the strength and the flow. You got different options right here. If I'm gonna click spacebar, nothing's gonna happen because those force fields, you know, is too not that strong. So maybe I'm gonna increase this to something like maybe 50 and click spacebar. As you can see, those particles just get pushing away because I just add a plus value on the strength. So I can just bring this to the negative value, something like minus 20 or something. Those particles just get and push to the force field right here, yes, as you can see. So give this cool kind of effect. And you can of course tweak to the flow. So I can just increase the flow just to show you. And once again, those particles just get emitted to the force, but it's more directly. So we can play around, of course, on the strength and on the flow to have different kind of effects, yes, on the on this force field, yes. Now you got a little bit of noise, so you can add noise to have different kind of results on this force field. I'm gonna show you. Yes. So those particles are a little bit noisy, if that makes sense, of the movement, yes. Now you got the max distance, so we can increase this, and this little circle I'm gonna show you just appear right, yes, right here, yes. And you can increase the distance right here, those lines. And when the particles just gonna enter the sphere, the force field gonna have effect on the particles. So you can play around on the max distance too, yes. And like I said, on the strength and on the flow. The negative value just bring the particles to the force field right here, yes. Inside to this force. So you can play around to have different kind of effects right here. And as you can see, some particles just get flown around and some particles just get turned to this force field. So there you have it. You got the first force field. I'm gonna select this and exit late. Shift A on the force field. Maybe I'm gonna choose wind, because wind is, you know, the basic stuff. So this little circle appear right here. Now I'm gonna move this by G, X in this direction, and maybe GZ a little bit up. So nothing's gonna happen because I must increase once again the strength, maybe something like 200. And as you can see, the wind have effect on my particles. Yes, right here. Looks like portal. And I can of course change the rotation. So select an R, X in some direction. I can change the rotation of the wind, or maybe RY right here. Maybe I'm gonna emit right here. Yes, why not? And those particles just get emitted in this direction because I changed the rotation of the wind. Yes, so you can play around to have different kind of effects on your particle system using this force field. Yes, using different force fields. Maybe I'm gonna emit right here and see how it looks. As you can see, I can turn the direction of the particles just using this force field. And you got, of course, the flow, the strength. Yes, once again, the max distance too on this wind. Let me check it out. Another force fields for you. Yes, you got vortex right here, and this is good to create some kind of tornado shapes on the particles. I'm gonna show you. So this is the force field G, X. I'm just moving this up right here, and GZ to move this a little bit up. And once again, I got this strength of 1. I'm gonna increase this maybe to 50 just to show you, and shift and arrow on this. This is the shortcut. And nothing's really happened because I'm changing direction, guys, on this. So I'm gonna just GZ, move a little bit of the position on this, and rotation maybe, because this don't have effect. Basically just play around. As you can see, they just create this kind of effect, tornado kind of effect. I'm gonna show you how. This is too much force in my opinion. Wait, yes, I'm just tweaking. So it's very important to tweak the values, guys, if you are playing on the force fields. This is a little bit of a mess right now. So of course you got the strength and the flow too. I'm gonna just increase the flow, and as you can see, I'm just tweaking the, once again, the negative value, and this just bring the particles to this force field, yes, right here on this tornado. I'm gonna rotate this, go back. Wait, yes, this is a mess, but you just play around on the force field. Just select and rotate this a little bit, and negative value, once again, bring the particles to the force field, yes, right here, and you got this kind of tornado almost shape. And you can play around, of course, once again on the strength. So I can just loosen this up by minus maybe 5, yes, and you got different kind of flow, and you can strain this up, and you're gonna have more kind of dynamic effect if you want, yes, on the particles. So I got this kind of tornado kind of shape, as you can see, yes, on the particles if you want. So you got a couple of different force fields, like I said, to play around. And I want to show you the turbulence. This just add the turbulence to your particles, and maybe later we're gonna play around to create some smoke particles using this turbulence stuff, but maybe later if I'm gonna have time. Today, so once again, I'm gonna increase the strength right here to 10, and right here you got different effects, yes, right here, and nothing's really happened. So I'm gonna just increase the right here the minus value, and this just add more chaos to this kind of simulation. As you can see, yes, I just add minus 50. If I'm gonna just click this to 0, just to show you with no effect, the particles just have this kind of flow, and minus 40 or 50, the particles have this random kind of turbulence effect on them. So yeah, you can use force fields and particle system, and you can combine 2 force fields together to create cool effect, yes, of course, on the particle system. And what I want to show you, you can of course change the force fields right here, but you're not gonna have the default value. So I always delay this, the force fields. Just select an X and delay this if you want to delay the force fields. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. You got a couple of force fields, like I said. You got different magnetic too. I can show you right here. And once again, GZ, GX, this little cross appears, and you got, once again, the strength, the flow, and max distance. This just create this circle that particles gonna have effect, yes, when they're gonna enter the circle. And as you can see, you got different kind of options. This is too much force. I just add too much force, but I just want to show you the effects. So this is a less one, the magnetic. I just add the positive value once again, and this just get pushed from this magnetic. But if I'm gonna just go to the minus value, you got different kind of effect, yes, using this magnetic force. Those particles just get surrounded in this magnetic force. I hope you get it, how this works. Look at this. You get this kind of different effects, yes. The particles just get closer to this magnetic, and you got this tornado kind of shape too. So yeah, you can play around, like I said, on the flow too, just to fucking show you. And the particles just, as you can see, have different fucking effect. The flow is slower basically, yes, just getting closer to the magnetic field, force field. Fuck my English. Thank you for watching. I just show you how you can use this. It's very simple, guys, but you can create different kind of shapes and different effects on your particle system. It's kind of cool. If you are a beginner, maybe you learn something. Subscribe if you like this content. Bye, guys.